Hello everybody, I'm Acelegin and welcome back to some more Doki Doki Literature Club. I took a bit of a break from this game, but yesterday I made it to the ending of what I have discovered is actually Act 1. I actually looked up more about this game off screen and I've had pretty much all of it spoiled for me, so I know what's about to happen, at least most of it anyway. But I'm gonna get back into it, and I know I got pretty freaked out from that bit at the end there, but you know what? I'm not gonna let that keep me down. I'm gonna get back into this because this is not the first horror game I've played. I killed Tom Bitch Tits with a plasma cannon. I rage quit Sister Location. Probably shouldn't be proud of that one. And I've beaten One Night at Flumpty's 2 on hard-boiled mode. I am the Lord of the Dick House, and I will not be broken by you. I'm gonna click on this weird scrambling of characters that I can't make sense of. Okay, here we go. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. If she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and... What? I'm trying to play a horror game. Stop yelling at me. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let catch up to me. That was weird. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I met some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. So yeah, basically Sayori's been deleted. She's gone. Forever. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. School is as ordinary as ever and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Dank memes! Monica?
Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right?
Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyways?
Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers?
I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right?
About that. I actually quit the debate club.
Really? You quit?
Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it.
In that case, what club did you decide to join?
Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club.
That was an interesting glitch. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far?
It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring.
Well, I can see that.
But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right?
Did Monica say she?
Hey, dank memes! By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join?
I mean, I guess so, but...
In that case, is there any chance you would do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please?
Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Excuse me.
Ah, awesome! You're really sweet, dank memes, you know that.
It's nothing, really.
Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials in another time. You're more important.
And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
I'm back! And I brought a guest with me.
Eh? A guest?
Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere! Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, dank memes. ...
All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
So...
No, wrong voice.
So I guess you're Monica's boyfriend, right?
What? No, I'm not. Natsuki. Girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize. The small figure makes me think she's probably a first year.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president.
Oh, cool. Congratulations. Good for you. It's nice to meet you.
Meow?
Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. I just heard you jump down from something. You weren't on the camera, you weren't on the counter again, were you? I said camera, what an idiot. I'm stupid, sorry. Hey boy, you stay off the counter. It's nice to meet both of you.
So I ran into dank memes in a classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica! Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him.
In that case, I should at least make some tea, right?
Yeah, that would be great! Why don't you come sit down, dank memes?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens a closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. Excuse me.
So I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. Have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. They make school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess.
Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom?
Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea really help you enjoy a good book?
I guess.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you.
That's not it. Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I meant that, you know.
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea.
I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief.
So, Dank Memes, what kind of things do you like to read?
You know, porn. Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? Porn? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri trades another teacup with her finger. Let me see. I don't have the skip option right now.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds, leveling creativity and crafting behind the meaning to me, and telling a story of the foreign world as a growing process.
Yuri goes on clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep and psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. This rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
Yeah, I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality.
Oh, so the dialogue has changed a bit.
Is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or take me to another world, then chill horror is often very entertaining the way to look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
I hate horror!
Why is that?
My dad cheated on my mom with a horror! Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind!
That's right. And that's right. You usually like to read about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
I cannot do the voice today. Hold on.
I didn't want to break the soda out this soon because I just brushed my teeth, but I really need to fucking wet my throat.
What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. Looked like you were working on a poem called
Don't say it out loud! And give me that back!
Fine. Natsuki, you write your own... Wait, no, that's me again. Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No!
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
You're not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest regions of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? If you share some of your work, you can send an example and help Natsuki feel better, blah blah blah. ... This is the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. I just got an idea! How about this? Question mark? Natsuki and Yuri quizzically look at Monica. Let's go home and write a poem! Then we can share them next time. That way we're all even. ... Ah? I mean, I thought it was a good idea.
Well, I guess you're right. We should go do that, I guess. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member... Excuse me. Seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Dank Memes? There's still one problem.
What's that?
Okay, now that you was a poor topic, I've only come forth what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join the club. Monica convinced me to come by, but I never made any decision. Still have other clubs to look at. Lose train of thought. 3 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
But...
I'm sorry, I thought. Throw the string glance before Monica turns back to me.
I guess I need to tell you the truth, Dank Memes. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. If we don't find one more before the festival... ...
I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems to a need to fan or spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I'll do it. Fine, whatever. Fucking literature club. The eyes light up.
Really? Do you really mean that?
Yeah, sure. It's not like this is all gonna become seriously terrifying later or anything. It could be fun!
You really
did scare me for a moment.
I'm super pissed! I'm happy! You're an official club now. Thank you so much. You're amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay?
Thanks, I guess.
Okay! I'm going to finish today on a good note. And you're going to remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting and blah, 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 blah. You've read all of this before. Just go on already.
Monica looks over at me once more.
I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yeah. I really impressed the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans... He said, I guess I'll be on my way then.
Okay. See you tomorrow. Can't wait.
With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be spending a day in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, so I'll just need to make the most of my certain and I'm sure good fortune will blah blah blah. It starts with writing a poem. Let's see how this... A dream. I was staying over at my friend's place. There were 4 of us. I drifted off to sleep while everyone was talking and watching TV. In my dream, I was still at my friend's house. The only difference was that there were nails sticking out of the walls everywhere. There was also someone I didn't recognize. The person I didn't recognize told a joke and everyone laughed. I woke up to the sound of everyone laughing at something that happened on the TV. So the laughing was not just a part of the dream. It was a noise that woke me up. Wonder who that person was and how they knew to tell a joke at that moment. I'm gonna keep going with Yuri. That's my idea for now. Analysis, graveyard, variance, contamination, massacre, existence, vertigo, misfortune, unending, incongruent, always incongruent. Let's get some lust in there. Essence, anxiety,
determination.
Uncontrollable. Extraordinary. Damn it! Ambient. Unstable. Entropy. Well, I got 19 out of 20. That's pretty good.
Hi again, Dink Memes. Glad you didn't run out on us.
Don't worry. Might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, back to the literature club. The last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Well, okay. You look lovely. Thanks for keeping your promise, Dank Memes. Hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Hi! Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. We're gonna have to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
You are blocking off a lot of the words. Something, big mouth, someone, manga club room, fucking... Now just keep on yourself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature.
So was that. Excuse me. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki flops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Dank Memes. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. Only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Oh, wait. I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club. Even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. Didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. 50 Shades of Grey. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. If we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. Oh, this girl accidentally being so cute. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite not me reading much a lot. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. Enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Settle in, I expect your mind to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. At the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from her ear itches. Distracting her from her reading. Catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah! Crap! Think she noticed me looking at her. She seeks another glance at me and her eyes meet for a split second. ... That only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry! I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... Yeah, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. Ah, I see. Something fairly obvious here that you're even telling me, but I decided to let it go. Definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. When it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, the cover of book type portrait of Markov, their arm is looking at a symbol on the front cover. Basically about this religious camp that turned into a human experiment prison. The people trapped there of this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. Oh, this is completely different! But the facility gets even worse and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Well, that may be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out from nowhere. Ah, are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Dank memes? It's not that. I mean, I can definitely do any kind of story, so don't worry. I hope so. I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. So shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. Just like this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Cool! Then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm so sorry. Don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I accidentally stepped on one of the cat's toys. I guess it's alright then, but I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem, and I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. Okay, can I see that again, please? It didn't last long enough for me to fucking read, and it's not in the history at all. I kind of forgot to pay attention to other people, so I'm sorry if you end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. That's true. In fact, might as well get started reading it, right? Yes! I mean, you don't have to, but... what are you saying? ... Let me just get the book. Further to the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I said I'm going to see next to Yuri's. Yeah. You sure? Seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. Open the book and start the prologue. Soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. So if I can feel her presence on my shoulder as I read. Not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but what are you doing? Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just bathing in the something. Stop cutting it off! I really want to read that. You really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, this should work, right? Slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. You typically closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. Meow? I guess I make it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. My leg itches. She takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides in her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. See if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. Glance over at Yuri's face again and her eyes meet. I don't know if we'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right?
I don't mind being patient.
I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. You no longer ask me when I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. Continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Yeah, he kills a lot of raccoons.
No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not.
Really? I'm just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that.
That's just what are you talking about? Sorry, I thought you meant something else about her.
Something else?
Never mind. I didn't even get that far yet, so I don't know why that came into my head.
Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little...
My breathing?
Yuri puts her hands to her chest as if to feel her heartbeat.
I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water.
Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about?
Dank memes! Something happened just now?
I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess.
So you don't know anything?
Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her?
Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her.
No, nothing.
Yeah, don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, as though it's nothing alarming.
Alright, if you say so.
Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other?
Shouldn't we wait for Yuri?
Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Hey, Pounce.
Okay. I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it into my bag. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode here. I know this one went on for a while, but that's because I kind of want to get through as much of Act 2 as I possibly can. And I've actually made a lot of progress. It took me 3 episodes to get this far in the first act, so I'm doing pretty good. Anyway, where's my beans? Gonna eat a bean. What bean will I eat? Let's see. Let's have a look at you. This is a strawberry banana smoothie or dead fish. I forgot to have a cup to spit these into. Okay, yeah, that's a bad one. Thank you all for watching. Peace out.
Wow.